Good morning, students. I hope you all are enjoying these online sessions, online lectures. We welcome you to the virtual classroom, which is arranged by our TMC Department Education. Dear students, before we start our English subject, I would like to ask you certain questions. Do you have friends? Oh, yes, we all have friends, right? Okay. How do you treat your friends? Do you talk with them politely? Do you tease them, or you just discuss certain things, or you play with them? How do you feel when you are with the friends? Yes, everyone like the friends. Everyone enjoy the company of the friends. But dear students, today I'm going to teach you one short story of a little girl who is same like you of your age. What happened to her? Nothing. She was facing one problem. That the problem is she was little quiet, always upset, unnerved because she always used to see her parents quarreling at home. So same fear she used to carry in the heart, and she was behaving same outward when she was with the friends or in the school. So can we start? Okay, we will start the topic. Okay, the today's topic is Miss Slippery. What do you mean by word slippery? Slippery is nothing. See, when you fall down, we call the word it as sleep. That is called the slippery. Okay, so let us begin. This is the story of a small girl whose name is been kept as a slippery by the friends. Her name is not a slippery, but the friends kept the name slippery. Actually, her name is Siley. The way you and me have the name, even she had the name. The name is Siley. Okay, so what happened, dear friends? This is a story one teacher is telling to the student. The way I am explaining you, the same way the teacher is explaining the story about a little girl to the students. This is the class where Siley study. This is her classmates. These are all her friends where Siley go and study with them. Now, one day I got ready and went to school. In the first period, our class teacher who taught us English told us to take out our composition notebooks. I took out the mathematics notebook by mistake. I replaced it quickly, but the teacher perhaps had kept her gaze fixed on me. She shouted, "Come here with your book, Siley." I obeyed her, but her angry looks made legs tremble, and when I reached her chair, the notebook fell on her feet. See what happened when Siley got ready to go to school. What happened when the lecture started? When the lecture started, teacher told you have to take out your composition book. But instead of composition books, what happened? See, teacher is asking everyone, ki please take out your book and we are going to do the composition today. And what happened? This is the teacher. Siley always wanted that she want the teacher to be very polite, loving and caring. She expect that teacher should be like this. But then what happened? Subject is English and she was supposed to take out the composition notebook. But instead of composition notebook, Siley took out maths text notebook. Sorry, it's a maths notebook. And then what happened? Quickly, teacher was looking at her in a very angry look. That is a staring mode. That's called a gaze. Gaze means what, dear student? To stare. It is a gaze. See, I would like to say gaze. When the teacher was looking at her, she was staring at her. What happened? She started to shiver like this, and she went to the teacher. And what happened? When she gave notebook to the teacher, notebook fell on teacher feet, and teacher thought, see, this is what, when she came with the notebook and she was walking, instead of giving to the teacher, the notebook fell on teacher's feet. I would like to tell you this, students, ज्यावेळेस सायलीला इंग्लिशच्या पिरियडमध्ये कॉम्पोजिशनची नोटबुक काढायची होती, ती घाबरून तिच्याकडून गणिताची निघाली आणि तिला टीचरचं लक्ष होतंच. टीचरने तिच्याकडे gaze. She looked very carefully आणि तिने सायलीला बोलवलं. सायलीने काय केलं? घाबरट टीचरचा आवाज आल्यावरती she scared and she went to the teacher. Instead of giving the notebook to teacher, the notebook fell on teacher's feet and she again got scared. Some girls loudly. The teachers thought that I had dropped the notebooks on purpose. She stared me with an all devouring look. All devouring look. What do you mean by the word devouring look? Devouring is nothing, but it's very frightening. When you look at some of the people, you get scared. That is called the frightening look. All devouring look. What is that called? This is called devouring look. Devouring look. Okay, dear students. And she stared at me with an all devouring look. Go and stand near your seat, she yelled. I kept standing, punished for the whole period. Can you imagine? Siley was punished by the teacher without doing anything. And teacher told Siley, go and stand at your place for whole period. See, teacher shouted. Look at the teacher's face over there. She is Siley is getting scared because of teachers shouting. She went there and she was standing at the corner whole period. Dear students, will you like if your teacher punish you in the same way? No, but whenever you feel that your teacher understands you, teacher try to know what is the problem of a student, you feel happy, right? The same way, but the Siley here was not getting any soothing words from the teacher. In fact, she was getting scolding from the teachers for not taking out the proper notebook. Now, what happened next? The next was history class and my favorite subject. It was Siley's favorite subject. I hope you all also might be having the favorite subjects. The same way Siley's favorite subject was history. The teacher had asked us to memorize the causes and effects of Battle of Panipat. I was well prepared. She began testing all of us one by one. When my turn came, I went blank. The teacher gave me a stone stare while I stood there still with my head hanging down in shame. Dear students, the next period was history period. See, this is the history period. But then what happened? Siley was very happy. She liked the period very much. She was prepared with the topic of Battle of Panipat. But what happened? Teacher was asking the question on the Battle of Panipat. But she was asking all the students of the class one by one. Everyone was answering the question asked by the teacher. And then again teacher looked at the Siley. And Siley, when she looked at the Siley, teacher was stern. And Siley went blank. What do you mean by the word stern? What do you mean by the word stern? Stern is nothing but here, you know what? Teacher look strict, very strict. Teacher was looking very strict. And then what happened? Siley was unable to answer and she was in shame. She was feeling very shameful. Then what happened? Mama and Papa continued their never-ending tiffs. Tiffs is nothing, a slight argument, a small argument. That is called the word tiffs. What is that word called? It's a word called tiffs. When you have a very simple arguments on small topic, it is called as a tiff. Mama and Papa continued to have never-ending tiff. Papa used every opportunity to express his annoyance. Mama, on her part, did not allow such occasion to slip without turning it into a vociferous quarrel. Oh, dear, the parents, Siley's parent, they always used to fight for small topics, for small issues. Papa used to say, Mama used to reply the daddy back. And this was the situation in that little girl Siley's house. Do you imagine? Can you imagine how Siley might be feeling when she see her parents every time fighting for small topics? Here we come to know the word annoyance. New word we have come, and the word annoyance is nothing but the angry feeling. The word annoyance is nothing but it's just a angry feeling. It's a word called annoyance. Understood? This is the word called annoyance. And then what happened? Their quarrel, they used to start with a simple thing, but their quarrel used to become a vociferous. It's a vociferous. What does the word vociferous means? Vociferous means what? It is a forceful expression or feelings when you are always angry on someone. Okay, students. Then what happened? The quarrel was between, see, they're the fighting, so much they fight. And Siley always used to think of the parents. Siley always thought, why my parents, they quarrel for small and simple thing. The quarrel was between the two, but the punishment used to go to the inevitably descended on the third one. But who is the third person here? None other than the Siley. Siley is the third person. Parents used to fight, but their ultimate anger used to go on the Siley. What happened? Wherever and whenever I heard raised voices, I felt if Mama and Papa were quarreling, sometimes even in the middle of silence, Mama's scream came piercing through my ears. And whenever I heard Mama's high pitched yells, my legs quivered. What happened? Dear students, Siley was very much scared because of the family problems, because of the family issues. Whenever the parents used to fight, she used to get shivering, she used to get quivered. This is the word we will learn. This is a new word. It's a quivered. Quivered. It's a quivered word. Quivered. And you know what, students? Is there anyone in your class where the parents are fighting and the child is getting very upset when he comes, when your friend, is there any one of the friend who is very quiet, who is he's very quiet in nature, or he gets scared when someone talk, or he don't have confidence to come and mix with you all? That time, what you should do? You should try to be patiently, very nicely, and in a very friendly manner. You should be with that person, with that boy or with that girl, whoever is facing such problems in your class. Now what happened? Dear students, she was, now you understood, this is the main reason why Siley is same like you and me, completely normal child, but only because of her parents continuous fighting, she was getting disturbed in the mind, and in the heart and in the mind, she was getting disturbed. Okay, so now what happened next? We will see. Always see, her mother was always raised in the voice. She was always shouting and screaming. This is what happened. One day I was coming down the school stairs. Somebody from the top gave a frantic scream. I fell and came tumbling down about 7 steps. Will you imagine? Siley fell down from 7 steps. If you fall down on just a flat ground, you get lot of hurt. But dear little Siley fell down from not one, not two, but from the 7 steps she fell down only because she heard one frantic scream. She listened to the frantic scream. Okay, now what happened? I fell and I came tumbling down about 7 steps. My elbows and knees were badly bruised. Dear students, see, this was the voice, one of the friend. When they shouted, she was scared and she fell down. Look at this Siley. Look at her elbows. Look at her knees. It is bruised. It is bruised means she got injured. Her blood started and she was badly hurted. Understood? Then what happened? My new frock was torn at the seam. What do you mean by the word seam, dear student? Can you see the picture? In the picture, at the bottom of the frock, it is torn. So badly she felt down. At the bottom of the frock, the stitches has been combed out. The stitch of the frock has been combed out. That is a torn one, and it is nothing but it is called as a seams. The word it is called as a seams. Now, next, what happened? When I reached home, Mama shouted, I am sick of you. When will you stop making me pay through my nose for such extravagant losses? See, Siley, poor Siley, she went home. She thought my mama will welcome me. My mama will look at my all the marks on my knee, on my elbows and my knees. Poor little Siley went home. But the mother, instead of welcoming the Siley, she shouted, why I have to face because of you? Always because of you, I have to face such extravagant losses. What do you mean by the word extravagant? What do you mean by the word extravagant? This is what? Extravagant. Dear student, extravagant is nothing but it is very expensive. Instead of taking Siley close or instead of talking to the Siley in a very politely, mother shouted at Siley in a very loud voice and she said, every time you are giving me expenses which is very big, how can you behave like this, Siley? She said. Imagine, students, if you get hurt, if you go to your home, you expect your mother or your father to take you close, to see where you got hurt, to see what happened to you exactly. But if you go home, instead of taking you close, giving you a warm hug, if your father or mother, if they shout at you, if they scold, if they scream, how you will feel? The same feeling is in Siley's heart now. What happened? Mother seized me by the arm, gave me a good jerk. Seized. Instead, she pulled the Siley and gave the jerk and seated me on the bed. She fetched an antiseptic lotion and applied into my elbow and knees, but did not hug me. See what happened? She pulled the Siley and instead of giving the hug to Siley, she took the lotion and she applied on the elbows. This is what happened. See how badly she pulled the Siley with the hand and she applied the lotion on her knees and on her elbow. Siley was expecting that my mama will give me a hug, nice warm hug. But no, Mama did not did like this. What happened? Within me lingered the yearning that she would hold me and console me, even if she had given me just a sympathetic pat. My smarting limbs would have been soothed. What did Siley thought? Instead of Mama giving me the lotion, applying me the lotion, if my Mama would have given me a nice pat, if she would have given me a nice hug, I would feel better. But no, mother was very angry on Siley. Then what happened? My younger brother. Do you have siblings at your home? Yes, we all have. We all have brothers or sisters at our home, right? The same way Siley was having a younger brother, a very small brother who came close to Siley. As Mama walked away to the kitchen, he came and he sat beside the Siley. He placed his little hand, youngest brother's little hand was on Siley's arm, and he whispered, are you in great pain? Oh, can you imagine? Such a small brother understood what Siley wanted. Where Siley was expecting Mama will say to me a very soothing words, But instead of Mama, Siley's younger brother came and he said, "Oh, are you in great pain?" What happened? I hugged him tightly and cried again. Siley was so touched and she was started crying. I used to walk. Then what happened? Siley used to walk very quietly. Wherever she goes, she used to walk very quietly. She was never in hurry. She used to take very steps carefully. She used to walk very carefully and cautiously. Yet I would often stumble. Don't know how, but automatically Siley would stumble down. Stumble means what? She used to fall automatically, even though she was walking very carefully, very cautiously. One day, the class monitress announced, "Dear students, we have monitors in our class, right? When we have a boy, we called monitor, but when we have a girl, we called it as a monitress." Same way, in Siley's class, there was a monitress. What she used to do? She announced, "Well, we will call her Slippery." This is how Siley got the name. Now you got the topic name. Why Siley's name has been kept Slippery? Because though Siley walked cautiously or carefully, she always used to fall. The way she fell down from the steps, the way she fell down, now again she fell down. And what happened, dear friends? We will call her Slippery. Other slips on wet ground. See how badly the friends teased her. They told, "We people slipped on the wet ground where the ground is very wet, very muddy. But Siley manages to sleep even on the dry land." See the joke, they made the fun of Siley. They told, "Everyone fall on the wet, muddy ground, but Siley falls on the dry land." That provides the other girls of the class a new scope for fun. Dear students, for them, Siley was a fun making activity. Are you the same students in your class who make fun of your friends? Are you making the fun of your friends who is having some problem when they are quiet, when they are disturbed, when they are silent? Do you make the fun of your friends? No, that's very nice, very good of you. You are not making fun. But now look at this Siley. Look at the friends she has. At home also she is facing the problem. She is very quiet, very depressed, very unnerved. Only her small brother understands what Siley needs. But when she comes to the school, no friend is very close to Siley. Instead of being a friendly with the Siley, they make fun of Siley. They teased Siley. In fact, they make songs on Siley, and the song is like this: "Slippery, slippery, slippery, slipping without muck. Ask her the simplest question. No answer is your luck." This is the poem made on Siley. That Siley is slippery girl. She always fall. Whatever you will ask to the Siley, you will not get the answers from her. This is the luck. How bad Siley might be feeling. Understood? And this is the word muck. What do you mean by the word muck? Muck. The muck is nothing, but it is a wet mud or dirty. Understood? Then what happened? I lived in perpetual fear of everyone, the girls, the teachers, the young and the old. When I was in class, I dared not to move out, and when I was outside, I was afraid of re entering the class, nor could I muster the courage to speak to anyone. See, dear friends, Siley was facing the problem. She was, when she was out of the class, she did not feel like to come inside the class because of the friends. When she was at home, she used to get scared because of the fighting of the parents. Siley was not having courage. Siley was not having a strength to speak or to talk with someone or to share about her problem. And this is what we learn. Dear students, I would like to say you certain things. Are you the friends who tease to your partners? Are you the friends who don't support your friends? Are you the friends who always trying to tease or keep names to your students. I hope from this lesson you learned a new moral, new value you have learned, that whoever comes to your class, they all are friends. We all are friends. No matter, all the friends may not be good. They may not be good in studies. They may not be good in playing. They may not good in other things. But God has gifted everyone with good quality. And the same way, I expected, my dear students, you will treat your friends, you will treat your classmates with love, with respect, with honor, and you will understand them. Because after the parents, our friends become very friendly when they are in the companion of the friends. So it is very needed as a friend we should be very much helpful to our friends. So this is what we learned from the Miss Slippery lesson. Her problem that she was not accepted by the parents, as well as not by the friends, as well as not by the teachers. So dear students, I am expecting, as a student, as a friend, you will never behave badly with your friends. There are certain new words we would like to say. The new words is what we have learned. Gaze. Gaze means what? You are staring to someone. All devouring look is nothing but it is a frightening look. Went blank. Went blank means what? Sometimes I am well prepared. You are well prepared for the exam. But when timing comes for writing, you went blank. You don't know what to write down. This is what went blank. Then stone. Stone is nothing but a very strict look. When your teacher is very strict, she give you the stern look. And then tiffs. Tiffs is nothing but a small arguments. And the small arguments annoyance. The other word is the annoyance. Annoyance is nothing but is the feeling of angriness which you show on others. And vociferous is what? It is something, a very noisy, angry mood, or quarreling, I would say the quarreling emotion which is expressed. And the last one is evitable. Evitable is nothing but it is a certain things. It happens, certainly it happens. And descended is nothing but to come down. Descended is means to come down. This is what, these are the new words we have learned. We have also learned some other new words, that is coward. Coward is nothing but to shook. When you are scared, when you see something, that is called the coward. And frantic means a very fearful. When you are very fear, that is called the fear. And seams is nothing but the stitches of our dress. Whatever the stitching is there of our dress, it comes out. That is called the seam. And extravagant means what? It is very expensive. Extravagant means very expensive. So there is also one more word at the last is muster courage. You can use this as a sentence. Muster courage means what? I did not have a muster courage to speak and stand in front of my teacher. So this is what, when you don't have courage to speak to someone about certain topic, this is called as the muster courage. Okay, so dear students, how do you like this? I would like to say a small revision of this lesson in Marathi. या मुलीचं नाव काय होतं? सायली होतं. तिचा प्रॉब्लेम काय होता त्या मुलीचा? की तिला प्रेम कुठे मिळत नव्हतं. तिला जे शब्द पाहिजे होते, जी सहानुभूती पाहिजे होती, जी मैत्री पाहिजे होती, तिला ती शाळेत सुद्धा मिळत नव्हती. ती तिला तिच्या शिक्षकांकडून मिळत नव्हती. आणि घरी गेल्यावर तिच्या आई वडिलांचं वातावरण बघून ती तिला ते बघून पण खूप भीती. आणि तिला इतकी भीती बसली की ती ज्या ठिकाणी जायची त्या ठिकाणी आपोआप तिच्याकडून चुका व्हायच्या, किंवा ती शांत बसायची, किंवा ती पढायची. आणि तिच्या ह्या परिस्थितीला तिला कोणी सपोर्ट नाही केलं. सपोर्ट करायच्या ऐवजी काय केलं? तिला चिडवायला सुरू केलं. तिच्या मैत्रिणींनी तर तिच्यावर गाणं तयार केलं की ती कशा प्रकारे खाली पडते, कशा प्रकारे तिचा पाय घसरतो, अशा प्रकारे तिला ते चिडवत होते. आज आपण या धड्यावरून काय शिकलो मित्रांनो? मिस स्लिपरी हे तिचं नाव नाहीये, तिचं नाव मिस सायली आहे. परंतु हे आपल्याला हे असे मित्रमैत्रिणी आपल्या आजूबाजूलाही आहेत. तुमच्याही सहवासामध्ये असे काही मित्र आणि मैत्रिणी असतील जे तुमच्या फ्रेंड्समध्ये एकमेकांना हर्ट करत असतील. कधी कधी चिडून हर्ट करतात, कधी कधी मारून हर्ट करतात, कधी कधी त्यांना नावं ठेवतात. आपल्याला तसं करायचं नाही. प्रत्येकाला काय केलेलं आहे देवानी? वेगळ्या क्वालिटीने बनवलेलं आहे, वेगळ्या गोष्टींनी ब्लेस्ड केलेलं आहे. म्हणून आपल्याला काय करायचंय? आपल्या फ्रेंड्स बरोबर पीसफुली, हार्मनी, give respect, take respect, and you have to be a good example as a friend to your classmate. Thank you. I hope you understood the topic very well. And okay, children, uh, I would like to give you another homework is that what you can do is you can write down the whatever the new words came in the lesson, part 1 lesson, you can note down and write in your English notebook. Okay, thank you.